What's going on, y'all? It's Mason Bleasdell, your Austin real estate agent. And if you are looking into Broken Oak, I honestly think you are doing it for very good reasons. This is a neighborhood I really like because I truly think it offers a really good value when you add up all the little things. If you're looking for a little bit more wiggle room, if you're looking for a little wider lot, if you're looking for a larger single story, if 3-car garage is really important to you, this neighborhood offers a ton of value. We've got Chesmar, we've got Highland Homes building in here. If you're looking into Broken Oak, this is gonna be kind of the ultimate guide for you. Not going super detailed into houses because there's just so many different floor plans and stuff available, but showing you what it's actually like to live here and why I think you should consider this. Let's jump in the car. I got a lot to talk about. Now, before we jump into a lot of the specifics about this neighborhood, we gotta talk about where we are because obviously, pros and cons with everything, but there's a lot of really exciting things coming. So we are in the very kind of northwest corner of Georgetown, right about where Williams Drive and Ronald Reagan meet. Now, when I bring my clients out here, the homes I've sold in this area, kind of the first comment you hear every time from my buyers is it feels very rural. Now, it definitely does. You're a little bit set away from the city and it's a little bit quieter out here. However, from a livability perspective, from the perspective of you need to grab something for dinner, the things going on in this area that are changing rapidly are very, very quickly making it not live rural, but feel rural. Example, just down the street, a brand new H-E-B is under construction and the master plan for the whole shopping center is going to include some more restaurants, some professional offices. Not everything is fully final yet, but you can see from some of the footage, it is almost open. I bet you if you were to build a house from scratch here and let's say construction's about 9 months, I bet you that is open by the time that you are complete. And that's gonna be just up the street, opposite of traffic, a very, very easy thing to access from this neighborhood. That really is gonna transform it. Up this direction too, a natural grocer's just opened. If you drive along Williams, it's almost nothing but little construction projects going on with new things opening all the time. Definitely we are still on the kind of edge of town, so to speak, but give it 5 years. This is gonna feel dramatically different. Now, speaking on Georgetown, if you aren't super familiar, I can truthfully say this is one of my absolute favorite suburbs of Austin. And it is because it really wasn't a suburb of Austin for the longest time. When I was a kid, we used to do day trips up to Georgetown to go visit the square. We go do the shops and the restaurants and such. But because Georgetown was the county seat for Williamson County for a long time, it was its own town kind of set aside that Austin and the growth that it's had has kind of swallowed up. That makes it unique in a lot of ways. Georgetown really does stand on its own and it has its own character in a way that a lot of the other suburbs around Austin don't have. My folks, especially from the big east or west coast cities, can feel when you go to certain parts of town, certain suburbs, like it's a very commuter suburb. There's no local things, local restaurants, local coffee shops, that kind of stuff going on in a lot of these towns. And frankly, that's pretty accurate. Georgetown really is an exception to that. Obviously, Austin swallowed it up, but this is really its own standalone town. The square, if you haven't spent time there, is awesome. It's got the big classic Texas courthouse. It's one of the oldest towns in Texas. The oldest university in Texas is on site in Georgetown. And with it comes a lot of really fun things. The restaurants that surround the square are literally some of the best in all of the Austin area. It is a lot of fun to go down on a Friday or Saturday night. There's live music on the square. Georgetown does a bunch of festivals and farmers markets and all sorts of things to, again, make it feel like a town. It doesn't just feel like a suburb of Austin that people drive to. You've got access to all of that, just a 15-minute drive down the road from your home here. With that also comes, again, easy access to things like grocery stores. All of your daily things are happening. Now, if schools are important to you, if you're in that family stage of life, we are zoned for Ford Elementary, Bennold Middle, and Georgetown High. But I do want to caveat that a little bit. Georgetown ISD is growing rapidly and new schools are under construction right now. There's going to be an elementary school just up the street. Now, whether or not that's zoned for here, I can't guarantee that right now, but do be aware if schools are very important to you, pretty high likelihood that those are going to change over the years. If you've got a kiddo in elementary school right now, I bet you Georgetown High School will not be the high school zoned here by the time your kid gets into high school. So just be aware that's changing pretty rapidly. Now, this neighborhood, I really think you should consider for two big reasons. First and foremost, I don't know of any other neighborhood in this area that offers what this neighborhood does in terms of the actual house itself, the cool product. Almost all of these lots are a quarter acre, some a good bit more than that even. You've got really wide lots, you've got a lot of elbow room. You know, if you're one of those that especially is not from a lot of the parts of Texas where postage stamp lots are really common and they drive you nuts when you can, you know, spit and hit the house next to you. This neighborhood, I'm not gonna, this is not an acre home neighborhood, but being on a quarter makes a really, really big difference. And the thing that makes the homes they offer in here quite so unique, it is very, very rare to have an almost 3,000 square foot single story home with a 3-car garage. A lot of them in the low 600s is pretty wild. That coupled together with the shockingly low tax rate, which is about 1.8% at the time of recording this video, brings those carrying costs so far down. You know, if you go to Parma Ranch, just a little bit up the road, or Nolina, which both have homes in the same square foot kind of range, you're paying 2.5, some places even higher than that as far as your property taxes. You know, generally speaking, 1.5 is about the lowest you'll find anywhere around the Austin area. 1.7, 1.8 is fantastic because, again, nobody wants to spend more on property taxes than you have to. It's all about finding that nice balance. And again, you can have the larger lot, you can have a 3,000 square foot single story home here for that value, for the purchase price value as well as the property tax value. I truly think this place offers a really, really cool value. If you're looking for, you want that space, you've always dreamed of having a Texas ranch, this is a really, really cool spot for you. Now, if you are interested in some of the homes here, there are two different builders to choose from, Chesmar and Highland Homes. And each one has not only a really nice product. Honestly, I really don't think you could go wrong with either. And I've never had a bad experience with either builder either. But they've got a little bit of their own unique style. You could do a lot of customization out here. There's even a house, I have not seen this from a production builder in a very long time, getting a brick driveway put in. Very, very cool. I'm sure that's not inexpensive, but to be able to have that offering in a price, well sub $1 million is very, very cool. So you can really spec this out to be your own. Both you're gonna see high ceilings, really nice materials used throughout. Again, there's gonna be a lot of different floor plans available, so we'll be able to find the right thing for you and your family. But I don't think you can go wrong there. And briefly touching on HOA. So HOA here is $800 a year. So it works out to about $66 per month. Not bad at all. Now, amenities here are going to be a little bit sparser. You're not paying for a lot, so you're not going to get a lot. So if you're the type that uses your community pool once a year, this is a great neighborhood for you because, again, pass on that savings and go use that for some of the amazing Georgetown spots that are publicly funded, or even Blue Hole Park, which is free. So easy cover there. But it is going to have park space, it is going to have trails, all the things you would kind of expect, just no fancy resort pool or something. But again, if you're not going to use it, you're not paying for it. So very, very nice to find that balance here. Now, if you are interested in Broken Oak, if you found this video helpful and you're looking for a real estate agent, someone to be your resource, not only to help you find the right house or the right price, but also the right community to help you feel like it's the spot that your family is supposed to be, I would love to be that resource for you. You can reach me directly. My personal contact details are on the screen down below. Thank you guys so much for watching on this tour. Again, I hope this was really helpful for you, and I will see you guys next time.